Welcome morning, everyone. Today is the day in the life. Literally haven't done shit yet since I woke up. I woke up and I put clothes on, and guess what? We're not going to film that part because I know there's a lot of perverts that would like that shit, but we're not going to do that today. Very first thing every morning, you got to pay the dog tax every morning, so I'll let these little guys come in real quick. Come here. Come here. Come on. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Boy, you want to sit your ass down? There you go. You go. Sit down. Show me your tricks. Want to spin? There you go. Sit. You want to shake? There you go. Down. There you go. Come here. Take it, big boy. Go. So, pay your dog tax every morning. Put you in good faith. We're going to go to Metcon today. So, we're going to go get some weightlifting in. I think we got chest today. So, we'll start getting our pre-workout and stuff like that ready. Today is a day in the life video. And I picked Monday because this is going to be the most like 80%, 90% of what I do today is literally what I do every Monday through probably Thursday. So there's nothing special about today. I may even call this like a boring day in the life of a 29-year-old millionaire. Just because like this is literally what a typical day in life looks like. The only difference about today is that I usually get up at 4:30 and I didn't wake up till like 7 o'clock this morning. So in that sense, it's about 90% of what I do on a day today. So right now we're getting some pre-workout in. As always, PR Breaker is my favorite pre-workout to use. PR Breaker right there. I got the pink lemonade and I got the grape. They used to also have a blue rasp, but they discontinued that, which is very upsetting because that was really fucking good right there. So we're gonna pour some of that in there. I was like a little bit, so I can throw it back while we're on the road. And then before we actually leave, we do need to weigh ourselves too. That's probably like my first thing I do every morning. Typically I'm up at like 4:30. I'm in my robe, and I know my robe. Shake that up real quick. I know my robe weighs like 2 pounds, so I'm just kind of guesstimating with all this. But we'll come up in here. I don't really like take my clothes off or anything like that, but I'll just come in. See where we at. We had a cheat meal or two this weekend, so I don't know, we're not bad at all. 176.6. So I'll come up in here and we'll go up to our MyFitnessPal real quick. Log that on MyFitnessPal, and then we get to go for the day. So we're gonna go jump in the car. We're gonna go head to Metcon, get a little chest day in, start getting this video rolling.
Step back, when I come around, try and kick back, it's that. No, that's the intent, all of that. When I come around me, yeah, what, get that. Little one-liners, yeah, I know they can take that. Let me just wait for the next show, wait. Step that, when I step back, when I come around, try and kick back, it's that. No, that's the intent, all of that. When I come around me, yeah, what, get that.
Alright, we just finished up getting a little chest workout in over here at Metcon. About to order our Chick-fil-A burrito. If you've watched previous videos, you already know about that Chick-fil-A burrito right now. So, so we're going to order that on DoorDash right now. So that way, as we get home, the burrito's there too, so we can save time instead of waiting in line and stuff like that at Chick-fil-A. But, pretty solid workout today. This is actually workout 1 of 2 for today. No, I'm not doing any 75 hard or anything like that. It just typically on days I just come do weightlifting. I also go ahead and do my running on those days as well. So today we have 3 miles to run tonight, which is my faster run. So tonight's just 3 miles, but at a little faster pace, whereas like on the weekend, usually on like Friday night or Saturday morning, so I'll run like 6 miles at a little bit slower pace, a little bit longer distance. Anyway, long story short, today we had chest. Jordy's always phenomenal. We did 10 or 5 reps, set of 5 reps, 2 sets of 3 reps, and then 10 singles as we continue to keep pushing, for that heavier weight and stuff like that. I think we ended up our last like 2 or 3 reps of the singles at like 250 for a bench. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome working with a personal trainer like Jordy, for example, who every week, like, he consistently keeps optimizing the program to keep me right before failure right there, to keep allowing me to continue to break that, I forgot what it's called, but just like where you keep pushing yourself right there to where you have to keep forcing yourself to grow. So it's awesome working with someone like that, just because you don't have to think about anything. You just literally show up, and he does the rest. So that was a big reason why I actually hired someone, because to be fair, like, I've been weightlifting in the gym for a long time. Like, I don't need someone to show me what to do or anything like that, but just more so to have that person to where, like, I don't even have to think about it. I show up at this time on these particular days, and it's all just done for me. I just have to show up and be there and actually do the work. So it's been awesome, and it's allowed me to stay a lot more consistent. I remember reading the book, I forgot what, something Habits, and it talks about that the most disciplined and most consistent people, they engineer consistency and discipline into their life. When they are struggling to be disciplined with something or struggling to be consistent with something, they manufacture in their life to where they have to be consistent and disciplined. And, for example, for me with like the personal trainers, for example, between Jordy right here at Metcon for the weightlifting, or for example, Zach with Flash MMA for boxing and stuff like that, like holding myself accountable by leveraging someone else to like hold me as well. It's allowed me to stay a lot more consistent and disciplined in the gym and everything like that, which has been really awesome. So, all things that I could do by myself, but I much prefer pay someone. Obviously, it's more of a luxury, and you have to make the money for it and stuff like that. But if you can afford it, it's definitely fucking amazing. I love it a lot. So, but so we're gonna head home now, grab us some breakfast, and get this day rolling. We just got back home from the gym and everything, as typical. We got our Chick-fil-A burrito, and we got a little thing of fresh fruit right here. Also, other things we have here, we got some Core Power, literally one of my favorite protein shakes ever. And usually what I like to do is, like, right when I get in, is just start like going ahead and logging all this in my MyFitnessPal. This is like the one of the habits that I've stayed with, like, consistent with the longest, is the MyFitnessPal. So I'll literally just go in here, Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito, Core Power, and the one thing I don't log is fruit. The only time I do log fruit, if it's like those little, like, for example, those canned things of pineapple, it's like full of sugar and fruit, whereas this is just like regular fresh fruit. So I really don't log any fruit. And then what I'll do here is eat this. Also have my vitamins and stuff like that, all key things. Again, if you watch the biohacking video, that's based off my blood work. So we got some omega-3s here, vitamin D, and then Zyrtec, because if I don't take it every day, I literally get sinus infections like crazy. But yeah, it's currently about 8:45 right now in the morning. I don't technically start working until 9:30. So usually from like 9 to 9:30 is my chill out time, eat some breakfast, and then kind of start getting in that zone mentally to start getting some work done. All right, so just out at the quote unquote command station. Pretty much every morning when I sit down right here, whether it's a little later, we get a little later in the start of the day like we're doing now, or whether we start up at 4:30. I always start off with obviously weighing myself. Today we weighed myself, then went to the gym. Now we're back here. But every morning I like to start off a little bit of prayer. I always use the Bible app, for example, and then it's pretty cool because you just like complete some different like things every day. It gives you a little guided scripture and stuff like that. So always start off with prayer every morning when I first sit down. And then the second thing I always start off with is some type of learning and like educational material. I posted this yesterday to, some people on like Twitter and stuff like that. This past weekend we had like a weekend of travel. So, went do some stuff with the girlfriend, family, etc. And I didn't really get much done this weekend. Saturday and Sunday. Today's technically Monday. So, but something that was upsetting yesterday was that I didn't have enough time to get the work done I wanted. And with the little bit of time I had, I focused it on my education and like learning and improving and stuff like that. And at times it can feel technically like selfish in that way of putting off client work, putting off student work and stuff for your own personal education. But the thing there is that in order to stay on top in this field, you have to constantly stay up to date with what you are doing on a day-to-day basis in terms of like your craft. If you're not consistently polishing and improving your craft and stuff like that, essentially what happens right there, you become a dull knife. And when you become a dull knife, you are not as, I would say, valuable in this particular field I am. So yesterday I prioritized my own personal development, my own education in this particular field versus everything else. And that's exactly how I'm starting today again. I'm starting off with my learning, my education and stuff. And then I'm going to come back to actually start diving into like some messages and client work and all of those good things there. So we're going to get started, prayer. We're going to get started with my education block, and then we'll move over into more messages and like, with clients and stuff like that. Tell me it's a little caffeine now, because if we want to achieve peak flow state today, we got to get it. And I'm actually excited today for today's caffeine because I know we had pre-workout earlier, but I'm an addict just like everyone else. I'm actually really excited today because I'm actually trying the Rise for the first time. I've never tried the Rise. Typically, I'm a big C4 fan. I recently converted from Celsius to C4 now. I've been loving that. I don't know which Rise I'm going to choose today. These are a little different. These are the sour straws, which is pretty cool. I think I am going to go with this green apple is just really calling my name. So I think we're going to go with that one first. We'll try this out. The official Rise taste test. See if this is worth it or not. They have pretty much the same stats as C4. Got the 200 milligrams of caffeine and all that. So give it a shot. My usual rule of thumb is before 1 o'clock, I can have as much caffeine as I want. It's pretty good. Honestly, it tastes just like a C4, to be fair. Yeah, pretty solid. Maybe a little insight of how I do this. So right now, we're doing the 90-day challenge. So this 90-day challenge is basically like my version of the 75 hard. But for marketers. So we do a little bit of reading of a copywriting book, and then after you do the reading of the copywriting book, you actually go and write down some copy that's been a proven success for other brands. So that way you actually can train your hands to what good copy looks like. Then from there, you spend time reviewing all the psychological triggers they use in that particular copy right there. And then the last thing you do is actually write it for yourself. And when I say write it for yourself, you actually go pick one of your products or something and you write an ad using some of those things you learned from that particular training lesson that day. So just again, every day to keep that knife sharp. The sharper you keep the knife, more skilled you'll be, more money you make and everything like that. So that's essentially what I'm doing right here. And my essential goal with this 90-day challenge was obviously just to get me back in the rhythm, but also too to help as many people as possible completely for free with this challenge. And it's been a huge success so far for everyone that's doing it. So I'm gonna finish this up, then we'll take a look at the calendar, see what's going on for the day, and then show y'all some of the other stuff that we'll be getting into today. All right, so right now y'all saw that, hey, we pretty much did our gym workout and everything like that. We started the day about 6:30 today. Typically we wake up about 4:30, but again, today we slept in a little bit later. So we missed out one of our deep work blocks, but we'll be okay. We're back on track. finished up the gym, we drove, we breakfast and all that stuff. And now we're about an hour into our deep work block. First hour, we really spent time on the education stage. And then now these next 2 hours, we pretty much have just long story short, a long shit of to-do tasks that I just been working on every day to complete. We also have a lot of messages for some of our agency clients and stuff like that that I need to take care of from this weekend. But this is kind of typically what a day-to-day looks like, getting that deep work block in. And then later today, we'll be jumping into a bunch of calls between team calls, consulting calls with clients, and some student one-on-one calls right there. So just kind of a quick update of where we're at in relation to today. But like I said, right now, we're actually going to start jumping into some of more of the client work now and getting into more of those like day-to-day work things that we have to do. This is always anxiety the minute we open up Slack on a Monday, especially on a Monday where I wasn't technically in office, like Saturday and Sunday, I guess you could say. It looks like we have close to 27 messages to respond to. So, like I said, a mixture of just this team stuff and even client stuff that we're working on. So usually this is like the first thing we'll kind of dive into, at least in the beginning stages of that deep work block that we're doing on those days. So something I've been doing is one of our video editors is extremely skilled with AI stuff. And I've been getting a lot of students asking about AI video creation and stuff like that. So we just brought him on as a coach. So this is the second coach now brought into my program. And since I don't sit down and play with AI all day, that's just not my thing. I don't edit the videos. I write the scripts for the videos that my team then goes and turns into videos itself. Anyway, it's been awesome because he just sent over another video how to do AI voiceovers and stuff like that. This is the 7th video now we have in this chapter, and I basically just have him doing a new lesson every single week on AI ad mastery. So it's been super fucking cool. And then also shout out Simon too, just because like he's just a natural at being able to put together a really good tutorial and also edit it to look really nice. So yeah, this is really cool to get as a message today, as a little surprise, another video for the course for that part, and just to further increase the value of it. So we just posted this on our Instagram story. It's actually a YouTube video right here we posted just today on like a 1-hour video on how to master Facebook ads in 2026. And something I've actually been learning is that instead of actually putting a link on your Instagram story is have people reply to the Instagram story to get the link, and it significantly increases the reach of the Instagram story, the number of people that view it, and the number of people that actually request it versus people that just tap on the link. And then what I'll do here is I'll use something like Ellipsin, I don't know, something like that, Ellipsin basically. And I can come here and create an automation basically to everyone who replies to this story, I can actually send them over the training. So that's what I've been doing as a little kind of secret for you guys. You know, every time I post basically a new training on YouTube. So just giving y'all some free game here. If you have a personal brand and want to increase your reach, it also increases the number of leads now that we have that's sending us messages for my setter to go through and actually start qualifying these people to see where and what other future trainings we could send them over to further help them out and close them. One of the things that I'm currently doing right now as I'm going through these messages, like I said, some of these are clients, some of these are team members that I'm responding to right now. What I can do is basically just going through and responding to some of these people. One of these people right now are a content strategist or a growth strategist or creative strategist, whatever the fuck you want to call it now. Basically, they're like creating a lot of ads and stuff for me. So right now I'm just going through and reviewing some of these ads that team members have made for which ones we want to put in production and which ones we want to just kind of cut. What's their hypothesis behind it? Does it make sense to the goals we're trying to do for, and all of those good things right there. Good. So one cool thing about my inner circle group is that like literally as I'm talking with my team members and discussing like what's working, what's crushing amongst client accounts and stuff, I'm literally sharing that directly to my inner circle group. So not only are they getting my team's learnings, or like my team is doing their own independent learnings of what's working, what's crushing inside of our ad accounts and stuff like that, I'm literally giving that to the inner circle group like directly. So that way, like these people can get also insider knowledge of what's working amongst our clients that are paying us, literally 5-6 figures a month to work with us. I say 6 figures, 5 figures a month. And from there, for a fraction of price, getting that inside of the inner circle, which is also really cool. So, but yeah, for those who are into ads and stuff, podcast style ads are absolutely crushing it for us right now. And also the other cool thing is we're literally doing this all with AI. Preps right now in a couple really big containers. Let's see, pull this out. I really like meal prepping now. We got off the DoorDash. Well, we DoorDash for breakfast every day because honestly, I don't have time to fix breakfast. And I don't like meal prepping breakfast. That's the one thing I will not meal prep. I don't know, something about eating eggs that was cooked like a week ago for breakfast just sounds kind of weird. Like, I don't know, it doesn't go right with me. So we got some food today. Today we got the, I don't know, I guess you could just say it basically a hamburger without bread. That's what we eating today. We got the hamburger without bread. We got the sweet potatoes. And then we got some greens. And then not the obvious, the hamburger. The hamburger without bread. So usually I like to try to keep it light for lunch. Just because like I haven't really done much since breakfast and I'm usually pretty full since then. So today we're just doing a little light sweet potato, and then we're gonna do some asparagus. It's not a big meal at all. Trying to save up right now on my carbs for the day and everything, just because I'll be going run later. And I usually like to do a pretty carb heavy meal before my run. And I say carb heavy, it's just Uncrustable, and y'all see that a little bit later. But that'll at least get that going right there. Probably get some more B-roll. Get some of this Jack Miller's barbecue sauce. Put a little bit of that on there. There we go. Now, you got a little bit of protein, you got a little bit of your carbs, and it usually keeps me flowing for pretty much majority of what we got to do this afternoon, which is, honestly, we're just jumping in calls, so bunch of fucking calls. Gonna do the rest of the day. But yeah, usually do that there. Pretty much for the most part, I usually just chill right here, eat all my meals, and then I got the iPad. The iPad's the key one. You're actually about to run out of battery on this thing, so pull this out. iPad's the key though, because usually this is my only time to actually consume like YouTube content, just whatever the fuck I'm interested in that day. There's some days I'm more interested in other things. So honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna be watching today. Shout out to, I know this morning we watched the Nick Bear Iron Man documentary, which was pretty cool. So, and you guys watched Nick Bear. Very good video he just launched. So I'm gonna grub now. After we grub, we'll start jumping into calls, and then we'll see you guys there. All right, we're back in the office now, getting everything ready for calls now. So huge productivity hack for me is I don't do any calls till 1 o'clock Central Time. Refuse to work with clients or refuse to work with students who need a call before 1 o'clock Central Time, because that disrupts my productivity period. During that period of time right there, from earlier in the morning until 1 o'clock Central Time, that's where I'm most productive, where I'm most focused, and just like I can just really bang out a bunch of work right there. So where the rest of the day, where I have less energy, less like focus, I can do calls. Because calls, to be honest, they're busy work, but not productive work. So productive work stays aligned in the morning. Busy work is for the afternoon right there. Today we have a mixture of calls we're going to kind of go through. Also keep in mind the standing desk. This is my favorite time also to use my standing desk now, is when we start doing calls and stuff, just because I just ate and stuff like that, and it's better to kind of stand, let your food digest, and it just kind of keeps you from getting less like mental overload and being tired and stuff. But today we have a variety of different things. We got a few calls with team members to start the day. It's Monday, so we're kind of doing our team calls beginning of the week before we kind of go through the rest of the week. Make sure everyone's on the same page. We have some student one-on-one calls. So I got obviously my agency where I do all like my client work and stuff, and then I have students as well that pay me on a month-to-month basis to mentor them. And we have a few one-on-one calls with students. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We also have a client consulting call, which is technically just a consulting package they purchased. So it's a little bit higher tier and stuff than a student, but not technically a client. Long story short. Yeah, so we got about 4 hours of calls to do. Typically, I do calls from 1 o'clock Central Time to 5 p.m. Central Time, and then I'll, close up the day with what you guys will see after this. All right, we just finished up last call of the day, and usually for the last hour, between 5 and 6 p.m., this is where I catch up on all my messages between clients and students and stuff. Just basically kind of close out the day, so that way tomorrow when I get in the office, I don't have like a huge list of things, people just like hitting me up and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're gonna clean this or finish this up, and then that way we can actually go and get a run in once my girlfriend gets back home from work. This is basically my Inner Circle program. This is a monthly ads mentoring program where I like to review everyone's creatives, give some feedback on their Facebook ads and all those good things. So it's usually what I'm doing at the end of the day. Unlike these other people in other groups and stuff, I actually give people, like, I literally respond to everyone's messages and stuff. Whereas like other groups, you don't really get that benefit and stuff. So it's a big thing that I love doing for all my students. Take your Uncrustable. Your gift. This is our pre-run snack every time. Uncrustables, we got to get the mix of the strawberry and the grape. We like to bounce back and forth between the two, but
I like grape.
Yeah, she likes the grape. I like the mix. Mix that up though. It's a perfect. And I don't know why I'm just discovered these things in the last couple months, and I'm obsessed now.
Food review.
Hey, pause. Nice and like juicy. Ooh, oozing out. Nice and bright. Do your cartwheel. Go ahead and do your cartwheel. You're gonna do it. Hope I got that on video. She's gonna be upset. But right now we are starting our run. Usually it's dark at this time. It's actually very surprising that it's not dark right now. This will be workout 2 of the 2.
It's changing on its axis.
I'm looking forward to it. It's so much easier to run when it's daylight versus at night.
Yeah, you don't
And not freezing cold.
come close to death multiple times. Like
How many cars that almost hit us is actually hilarious. But yeah, quick little 3 miles. We'll see y'all after. Last mile. It's only, what, 45 degrees right now? Not too cold. Smell the firewood smell. The raccoon. Ooh. Show you blowing your...
Yeah, this is, don't do half of my face.
There you
if
go.
If you're gonna do my face, do the whole thing.
There you go. Look how cute you look. We just finished up running, and yeah, it's like, what, 7 p.m. time right now? So typically I kind of just pretty much do like from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night. It's just whatever the fuck I want to do. Typically don't work or anything like that. It's my cool off, rest the brain, period. And yeah, let me show you guys what we got going on here for the food. So we got some meal prep chicken and bacon wrapped chicken, grilled chicken wrapped with bacon. Did that on the pellet grill. 1 cup of white rice and a little bit of greens. She's rocking the same thing over there. And then we got the Quest bar. I'm going for birthday cake today, which is pretty solid. We got a element tea just because we just went running, stuff like that. We're gonna put that in a big bottle of water right here and drink this. And then we got our ashwagandha, zinc, magnesium, typical stuff I take at night for like my nighttime supplements. And then we got some Fallout, watching a new season of Fallout, which we've been really enjoying a lot. So yeah, this is a typical night dinner. And from here, I'm pretty much just gonna wrap up this video here, just because, to be honest, there's not much that happens after this. We'll watch some TV and honestly fall asleep after that. So yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, or no, actually wrong channel. New videos every Thursday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Have a great rest of y'all day. Peace.